Oops, good morning and welcome to the Zoning Administrator meeting of August 3rd, 2023. My name is Susie Murray. I am the Zoning Administrator. I am also a Senior Planner here with the City of Santa Rosa, and I've worked for the city since 2006. So with that, I'm going to call the meeting to order. The second item on the agenda is public comment period. This is a time when any person may address matters that are not listed on the agenda, but are within the subject matter of the jurisdiction. The public may comment on agenda items when the item is called. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to provide comments. So anybody in the room want to provide any comments now? Nope. Anybody online?
If you wish to make a public comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. You may find the raise your hand button at the bottom of the screen. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand and *6 once unmuted, to unmute once called upon. Zoning Administrator Murray, there are no hands raised.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item 3, Zoning Administrator business and the statement of purpose. The zoning administrator is appointed by the Director of Planning and Economic Development and has the responsibility and authority to conduct public meetings and hearings and to act on applications for minor or reduced review authority projects or entitlements, land use permits. A determination or decision by the zoning administrator may be appealed to the appropriate appeal body, including the Design Review Board, Cultural Heritage Board, Planning Commission, or City Council, depending on the entitlement. All actions taken today are appealable within 10 calendar days. Because the 10th calendar day falls on a Sunday, it's extended to Monday, August 14th, 2023. So if there's a decision made that you don't agree with, contact Suzanne or our planning counter and get your appeal application. So let's see, zoning administrator reports. I am going to give a plug. We're doing our general plan update. And oftentimes we hear people that say, these projects have already been approved when they're going through. Well, the uses have been approved. It's part of the general plan update. If you are concerned at all about what's going on in your neighborhood, please get involved now. You can you could go to the city, let's see, I think it's Santa Rosa /forward is where you'll find the general plan update. How's that? Working on memory issues here. So it's Santa Rosa /forward, and you can contact anybody in the planning department. We will shoot you a link upon request. So that's the zoning administrator reports today. That process will be going on all during the month of August. There are 4 workshops scheduled. I know 2 dates. Do you know all 4 dates?
I know the 15th, 30th, and I think 31st.
There's something earlier in the month too. So again, Reach out to planning staff. We will be more than happy to get you that link. Okay, so now moving on to item 4, consent items. We have none. This is going to be a very quick agenda today. Then we're moving on to item 5, our scheduled items. Item 5.1 is a public meeting. This meeting has been continued from the July 20th agenda. This is for Sonoma Strength Academy. It's a minor conditional use permit, and the site address is 1215 Briggs Avenue. City file number is CUP 23-018. Suzanne Hartman is the planner, and I'm going to hand it over to her for a presentation.
Thank you, Zoning Administrator Murray. My name is Suzanne Hartman. I'm a city planner here with the City of Santa Rosa, and I am presenting today's project for Sonoma Strength Academy, located at 1215 Briggs Avenue. This is a minor conditional use permit approval for a health/fitness facility, also known as Sonoma Strength Academy, and for extended business hours of operation, which would be Monday through Thursday, 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., located again at 1215 Briggs Avenue. This is an aerial view of the project site. As you can see here, it is slightly adjacent to Highway 101. The general plan land use designation is light industry, and the zoning district is light industrial with North Station area. The light industrial zoning district is applied to areas appropriate for some light industrial uses, as well as commercial service uses and activities that may be incompatible with residential, retail, and/or office uses. Residential uses may also be accommodated as part of work-live projects. The North Station Area Combining District is intended to enhance and reinforce distinctive characteristics within the North Santa Rosa Station area, specific plan area, and create environments that are comfortable to walk in. And as you can see from this visual, that the surrounding uses also include light industrial as well as business park and medium density residential and retail and business services. These are elevations of the project site. This is the project site plan. These are the required findings that must be determined by staff as well as the zoning administrator for approval of a minor conditional use permit. The proposed use is allowed within the light industrial zoning district and complies with all other applicable provisions of the zoning code. And that the health fitness facility is permitted within the light industrial zoning district by obtaining a minor conditional use permit. It is also intended for services with large space needs, and it provides new employment opportunities in the area. And the project site is located within an area predominantly used for industrial and commercial uses. These are the required findings continued. This project is physically suited for the type, density, and intensity of the proposed location, I lost my place here, in that the project complies with zoning code section, oh my gosh, sorry, losing my place here. I will just say that this site is located and provides adequate on-site parking from its employees and customers, and the proposed use shall be held within the existing building, and no exterior modifications are proposed at this time. The project has been found in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act and qualifies for a Class 1 exemption under CEQA Guidelines Section 15301, in that the use is entirely developed and the proposed use would involve a negligible expansion of the previous industrial use. There have been no unresolved issues as a result of staff review, as well as no comments have been provided to staff as of noticing that was sent out 10 days prior to this meeting. There is going to be a change in the final resolution. It was for the date of approval being changed from July, I think it was July 20th to August 3rd.
Thank you.
So therefore, it is recommended by the Planning and Economic Development Department that the zoning administrator, by resolution, approve a minor conditional use permit to allow a health fitness facility with extended business hours of operation located at 1215 Briggs Avenue. This is my contact information if you have any questions. We also have the applicants in the room with us today. If you have any questions for them specifically, no other presentation is planned. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. And do you guys want to add anything to Suzanne's presentation?
I think she nailed it. Yeah.
Good to hear. I think she did too. And I'd like to open the public comment period. Are there any public comments? I know we've got the applicant team in the room.
If you wish to make a comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. You may find the raise your hand button at the bottom of the screen. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute once called upon. Zoning administrator, we have no hands raised.
Great, thank you. So I do have some questions.
Close.
Oh, And I'm going to close public comment. Once again, I needed that reminder. Thank you. Anyways, I do have some questions. I have a couple of questions about one that just came up now, and that is, I don't think you're making any building changes, but what about lighting for anybody that is there, after dark? Is there lighting, adequate lighting for people to get from their car to the building?
There's currently light packs on the building.
Okay.
That provide some site lighting in the rear.
Okay, we want to make sure that, anybody that's coming from their car to the front door there is doing it safely. So that lighting, it needs to be well lit. So I'm going to add a condition that just says that the lighting for people traveling from the parking lot to the front door be maintained in good condition and in compliance with our lighting ordinance, so, and the zoning code. The other one that I have is about your hours of operation. And I understand I have no problem with the extended hours of operation here. What I'm concerned about is you limiting your hours from 5:30 to 7 p.m. By right, you can stay open until 11. And I understand you don't see that on the horizon right now, but in time, you might want to stay open. I mean, I'm hoping it's a booming, successful business, and maybe you'll have other trainers that want to take on a later shift. So I would propose that we not limit the hours to 7 p.m. and maybe do it from 5:30 to 11, which is the 5:30, anything before 6 a.m. requires that extra extended hours. But so I'm going to change that condition number 2 to 11 p.m. So we have 3 changes that'll be modified or memorialized after the meeting, and that's the condition to comply with lighting requirements to provide a safe path of travel for anybody, not just people who are coming to work out, but and then extending the hours from 5:30 to 11, and then as Suzanne mentioned, changing the approval date on the resolution to August 3rd. Oops, I'm sorry. That's somebody who can bust through my silence, my mother's caregiver. So anyway, so there you go. And with that, if you accept.
Mr. Murray, in the same vein of extending the hours, would it be allowable to extend the days as well in case you wanted to flex into more days? Right now it's noted as Monday to Thursday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't notice that. Yeah. So if we can just change hours of operation shall be 5:30 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
Perfect.
That works. I'm going to add to that. It's fully contained inside, right? Like you're not going to do a boot camp out in the car parking lot during at 5:30 a.m. Yeah. So I'm going to say interior activities. Can we limit them, or the exterior activities, limit them to reasonable, so we're not waking anybody up?
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll say exterior activities shall be allowed between 8 and 8. How does 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.? Great. Yeah, so that was exterior, not interior. Interior, good at 5:30. And with that, and you've reviewed all the conditions of approval and you agree with them. Okay, so if you do anything outside, any cosmetic improvements, planting or whatever, you may trigger additional review through our design review process. So, okay, then with that, if you accept the conditions, congratulations. I'm going to approve your resolution as soon as I see the revisions come through, and Suzanne or Mark will be sending a signed copy. I don't know, somebody will get you one. Suzanne will send you a signed copy. So thank you very much for coming, and you're welcome to stay for the next item, but you're also welcome to leave if you want. I won't be offended.
Thank you both so much for all your help. Thank you.
You take care. Thanks for asking that question, by the way, on the days. Yeah, good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing a success story.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
You're going to attend the gym?
I don't know about that. Certainly not at 5:30. So anyways, moving on to item number 2, another public meeting. This is for a new 3-foot tall wood fence, which triggered a minor landmark alteration. It's for the property located at 229 West 16th Street, city file number LMA 23-004. And I believe we're looking for a continuance.
Yes, zoning administrator Murray, planning staff is requesting that the item be moved to a date certain, which would be August 17th, 2023.
Okay, and we'll also be renoticing it for
Yes.
anybody who's interested. So I am going to say, okay, I agree to that continuance. Is there anybody, there's nobody else in the room now. Is there anybody that's attending publicly in case they're here for that item?
Nope.
I'm opening public comments just in case.
If you wish to make a public comment via Zoom, please raise your hand. You may find the raise your hand button at the bottom of the screen. If you're dialing in via telephone, please dial *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute once called upon. And we have no attendees.
Thank you very much, and I'm going to close the public comment period. And we'll go ahead and continue that item to August 17th. And again, for the one item we did take action on today, the appeal period will expire on August 14th. And with that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you.